150 students in Hillsboro, Missouri walked out of class to protest a transgender student who was allowed to use the girls' locker room. The student, Lila Perry, says that this is a clear instance of discrimination. She came out as transgender last year, and she says that she has identified as a girl since she was 13 years old. Now, it's unsurprising that those students came out in protest against this woman because clearly, their parents have a huge issue with this as well, and there seems to be a lack of education about the transgender community in this particular school district. Now, according to one protester and also a parent of one of the children going to the school, boys need to have their own locker room, girls need to have their own locker room, and if somebody has mixed feelings where they are, they need to have their own also. Now, the school offered Lila Perry her own bathroom, her own locker room, which is a gender-neutral bathroom. But she's saying, no, I am a girl, I identify as a girl, and I'm not going to take the gender-neutral bathroom. I'm not going to be put on as an outcast. That's not what I want. And so she's protesting that, and the school seems to have this ridiculous argument about it, when in reality, she identifies as a girl. She's not in the locker room to check out the other girls. She's identified as a girl since she was 13. Just move on with your lives.
Okay, so two things here. One is, did they really believe it? I guess they do. Some parents are out there thinking this is a giant ruse. Yeah, at the age of 13, someone decided that they would pretend, because this is what they believe, right? Pretend that they are a girl, and they would tell everybody that, so that many years later they can enter a girl's bathroom, okay? And they would live out this lie and take the scorn and the ridicule that comes along with it, because obviously look at all these people who walked out. Mm-hmm. So they're not with her, they're against her, right? And she's willing to put up with all of that so she can go into a girl's bathroom and maybe see. Why all the ruse? Why not just go online and see all the girls you want completely naked doing unbelievable things, right?
Yeah.
No, come on, how could you possibly believe that?
Well, I think they believe it because when it comes to issues like this, there's a lot of ignorance, which is why it's so important to have comprehensive sex education that talks about the transgender community, that talks about the gay community, that talks about things like contraception and unwanted pregnancies and all of that. All of these issues are so important, and people think that it's nothing but a salacious conversation. No, these are issues that need to be addressed in school, that people need to be educated about, so it doesn't lead to others breeding hatred toward the transgender community. That's exactly what's happening right now. I don't think that they're necessarily hateful from within, right?
No, not at all.
I just think that they don't know better.
And I'll tell you a specific case of that. We know people who, in a similar story in California, freaked out, and they thought the same thing. Immediately, there was like, oh my God, they're faking it to get into the girls' bathroom. And my wife explained to them why that would be ridiculous in just the same exact way that we did here. And you know what? The people that we knew were like, oh, yeah, we didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
You're right. Somebody wouldn't pretend for years and years to be a girl just to go into a girl's bathroom. That would be ridiculous. And things got, they got a little bit, better there, a little bit more. I mean, I don't mean to sound arrogant by saying educated. It's just we gave them time to think about it for a second and go, oh, you're right, that's not a reasonable position.
Right, and also there hasn't been a lot of coverage about the transgender community until fairly recently. So I don't hate on anyone who doesn't understand these issues. I don't think that being called ignorant on these issues is necessarily a bad thing. Ignorance and stupidity are two completely different things. Ignorance just means you don't know better, but it doesn't mean you're stupid. It means that you can learn. And I think a lot of people out there can learn that sexuality is one thing, gender and sex are two completely different things. People mix those two things up all the time. It's all about education. You educate people and the hatred, thankfully, dwindles down a little bit.
And for the people who are not big fans of me, they're not going to be surprised to find out I also was very ignorant. Okay, I think they would argue that I continue to be. But look, I used to believe in a lot of things that didn't make any sense. I was a Republican. I believed in religion. Now, having gotten a lot more facts about the situation, I've changed my mind. That doesn't mean I was stupid. I hope not, right? But I was ignorant at the time. So there's no harm in that. There is harm in not fixing it.
We're all ignorant about things at some point in our lives. We're ignorant about certain things right now at this very moment. That's okay. The best thing is admitting that you are and being willing to learn.
I couldn't pass a physics test if my life depended on it. All right, last piece of irony in this story. They're worried that she's going to check out the other girls by going in the girls' bathroom. But she identifies as a girl. She's interested in guys.
Yeah.
So if you kept insisting she go in the guys' bathroom, she might, if she were a normal human being that was sexually attracted to that sex, actually check out the guys.
Right. Well, to be fair, we don't know if she's attracted to girls or guys.
We don't. But, most of the time, that'll be the case. Not every time,
Yeah.
but most of the time that'll be the case. It is more likely that she would want to check out guys, and you keep forcing her into the guy's bathroom.
Right.
Well played.